Let's name the steady one, Alex. I promise a warm, calm frame for composure, practiced regulation, slower appraisal, next small action. We'll show that steady in action next. Warm. Everyday moments where practiced regulation quietly shapes how Alex responds under pressure. In a charged meeting, the deadline slips. Alex keeps attention on the next action while character 2 flusters, then to feel steadier. People feel seen when someone narrows attention to the next step. It calms a charged room without drama. At home, a kettle chirp startles. Alex calmly chooses one concrete action, turn off heat before anything else to steady attention. Then another small action, open a window, keeps regulation warm and simple, reducing overwhelm for many people in moments like this. A jolt hits, Alex pauses to appraise, then decides where to stand. That extra beat can have calmer, proportionate action. It's practice pausing as much as temperament, giving regulation a chance before words or motion, often leading to steadier choices later. Back in this room, Alex feels a tight chest. One quiet breath, then chooses words, especially useful when tone needs calming. For many groups, that tiny space helps regulation and shared composure, so decisions become clearer and action simpler. At the desk, Alex practices one gentle habit. Breathe in, then a slightly longer exhale to help the body feel steadier. We'll build on this. Keep the same calm anchors and try 3 longer exhale breaths before your next tense action. When someone near you stays calm, your body often takes the cue. Alex slows gestures, and character 3 begins to settle. Co-regulation is social, not solo willpower. Steady posture, warm tone, and small actions reduce shared urgency before any words. A tiny plan lowers cognitive load. When Alex checks one small pouch in the apartment hallway, starting feels calmer and less scrambled. For many people, one ready umbrella or charger prevents last-minute spikes. Simple preparation supports regulation and frees attention for real action. Briefly label the feeling, maybe tension or worry. Naming often softens load, so your next action can stay proportionate. Alex pairs that label with a longer exhale. For many bodies, breath plus effect labeling creates a small, calm window to choose. In a real aisle crisis, steadiness means pause, appraise, then choose one safe step. This keeps actions proportionate and tone calm. Alex guides space for others to avoid hazard, then adds the next step. Regulation works best as short, clear sequences. Back home, recovery matters. After effort, many bodies reset with small rituals, tea, slower breathing, so stress doesn't carry into the evening. Alex and character 3 breathe a little longer on the exhale. Regulated downshift supports regulation and keeps tomorrow's starting point calmer. At the desk on a short chat, Alex and character 2 mime an if-then. One breath, name it. One small action. Tiny gestures make habits stick. Pairing a cue with the next step helps practice feel doable, warm, and repeatable in real moments. When Alex's phone buzzes, a tiny boundary helps. Ask for a beat, then answer after one longer exhale. That space supports regulation. You can try it too. Step aside, breathe out longer than in, then choose one small action. Warm, calm attention returns. Alex offloads to a tiny checklist so cognitive load drops. 3 bullets make the next action obvious, and calm regulation feels available. Then pick just one and start. By closing extras, you keep a warm lane for attention, which often steadies your pace. In tense rooms, Alex applies the same boundary. A brief pause to reset group dynamics so regulation can catch up, not dominance. Then Alex names one concrete next action. Warm tone plus specificity lowers heat for many teams and makes progress feel safe. Back home, practice builds access. Alex and character 3 repeat a simple pause line so the action arrives when stress increases. Rehearsal isn't magic. It simply keeps the wording warm and reachable, which often supports calmer regulation under pressure. Alex handles basics, food, water, sleep. A bottle keeps you hydrated and means a steadier body before the day asks anything hard. Laying out a cardigan and watch tonight reduces frictions tomorrow, which supports calm, warm regulation and faster action when pressure spikes. Meeting eyes, both Alex and character 2 breathe once together. That tiny sync often prevents escalation before confrontation even starts. Character 2 gently asks for a moment to pass and the aisle clears. Calm, warm asking can nudge regulation and smoother action. When 2 demands hit at once, Alex uses quick triage. Breathe once, list 2 bullets, pick the most time-sensitive action. That tiny choice lowers load for many minds. Calm regulation returns faster when you commit warmly to one next step. After triage, Alex shifts to slow hands. When your body moves down a notch, errors drop and thinking steadies. One calm, deliberate action at a time signals safety to the nervous system. Regulation often follows the pace you practice. When someone arrives flustered, Alex becomes a steady anchor. Calm pace, warm presence, and silence that helps agency stay with them. Without fixing, Alex waits and asks nothing. People often ease when control returns, then choose their own next action. When teams start competing and volume rises, Alex asks for a pause so regulation can return before any decision locks in. Then one clear action. Choose a single task first. Calm, warm direction lowers heat and gives both teams a shared lane. After intensity, a short decompression reset helps arousal settle. 2 longer exhalations can shift state without any big performance. You're not avoiding the block. You're letting the system drop, so tomorrow's action starts from calm regulation, not leftovers. A tiny debrief makes tomorrow's steadiness more available. Alex notes pause, triage, slow hands, then gently circles one cue to repeat. Habits grow when you finish with a simple commitment. One clear next action keeps warm regulation within reach when stress returns. Limiting inputs cuts background noise. Alex silences extra alerts and chooses one source, so attention warms back up and regulation returns. With fewer pings, your mind keeps a steadier lane. Next, carry that calmer focus into starting work with a tiny timer. To start, Alex uses a 5-minute time box. Tiny activation lowers friction, makes beginning easier, and keeps calm regulation available for action. Once you're moving, momentum holds. Character 2 mirrors the timer, shoulders easing as work starts, and pace stays warm and steady. On crowded rides, Alex uses grounding. Feel feet in contact points, then lengthen a breath. Attention anchors, calm regulation makes action clearer. Even tiny sensory checks can drop arousal. For many people, that anchor keeps attention stable until the moment actually needs action. In a real snag, Alex applies the sequence: press help, breathe, appraise. Calm application buys time for the next safe step. People mirror pace. Alex guides everyone one step back, names one action, and regulation spreads while help moves toward the building. Aftercare matters. Alex and Character 3 let bodies slow with tea and longer exhales, so baseline returns before any more action. A warm ritual tells your system it's over. Calm regulation now, then sleep later, and tomorrow starts lighter. Alex coaches Character 2 on a kind delay. Send an acknowledging reply with timing, then draft later, keeping tone warm, supporting regulation. Boundaries live in messages too. You reduce pressure, protect relationships, and still take deliberate action when your mind is ready. Temperament differs. Alex's baseline threat response may be slower, yet breath practice on a bench keeps calm regulation ready for action. For many people, recognizing this deeper wiring invites compassion, and small, repeatable skills still train access when stress differs day to day. Tiny nightly reps lower next day load. Alex lays items out, breath gentle, so calm regulation feels more available on waking. Habits shape access. Fewer morning choices free attention for one small action, not the spiral that steals pace. Calm can be borrowed. Alex and Character 3 match breathing and pace. Bodies often settle when company feels warm and non-fixing. You don't need speeches. Matching rhythm and presence gives the mind room to choose its next step without rush. Under pressure, Alex uses a calm boundary. Ask for 1 minute to align, then protect clarity before any action scatters. One specific next step organizes the room. Character 2 steadies and direction returns without heat or crosstalk quickly. Even steady people tire. Alex notices fatigue and chooses a downshift, so calm regulation can recover instead of carrying tension forward. Compassion isn't quitting, it's maintenance. Short resets keep tomorrow's action available and protect the baseline you've worked to build. A tiny daily drill keeps the sequence handy. Alex breathes, names the state, then chooses one small next action on paper. Close the loop gently. Practice stays light, and your mind remembers the pathway when stress returns at work tomorrow. Space shapes behavior. Alex builds a calm window cue so attention accesses steadier regulation and one warm action feels easier to start. Small anchors reduce background noise. Next, carry this steady access into travel with margin, so Alex arrives with attention to spare. Buffer time adds margin. Alex and Character 2 keep arousal lower so regulation stays available before the door and exit. Leaving one stop early avoids rushing. You trade minutes for calm focus, and the next action begins warm instead of panicked. A threshold breath resets context. Alex chooses a slower pace so calm regulation follows into the next room instead of scattered action. Tiny doorway rituals work because bodies link contexts. Repeatable cues make transitions gentler, especially after busy blocks today. When an alarm beeps, appraisal comes first. Alex keeps tone calm, checks proportion, and prevents the first links in a panic chain. One clear step, pause and wait for instructions, protects the room. Regulation spreads, and actions stay measured instead of dramatic. Back home, softer light helps bodies complete the stress cycle. Alex in Character 3 let breath lengthen to signal safety again. Quiet company keeps regulation warm. You don't owe more action tonight, just closure, so tomorrow's start isn't already tense. Alex and Character 2 agree on a tiny signal. That anchor creates a small pocket where better words can form. In a fast room, the cue buys a minute. Tone eases, regulation returns, and action lands without extra heat. Alex starts with a baseline check. Notice body signals and background tension, then aim for a calm morning pace before action. That tiny scan lowers arousal for many people and keeps regulation available, so choices feel warmer and more deliberate. When an anxious email lands, Alex reframes, important, not an emergency. That cognitive shift clarifies proportion and frees one next action. With urgency softened, regulation returns. Alex picks a single warm step and lets momentum grow without adding heat. Support without fixing looks like options. Character 3 offers tea or a short walk while Alex keeps a calm pace. Small choices reduce load. Regulation inches back, and one warm action becomes doable before starting the very next task. Delay announced, tension rises. Alex meets Character 2's eyes and uses the tiny cue. This demo keeps the crowd below escalation. A gentle ask creates space. People ease, regulation returns, and movement stays calm while choosing the next clear action. After small appraisal and breath pacing, Alex feels a calmer pulse. Lower load makes it easier to choose well. For many people, stacking tiny actions lets regulation lead. That deeper pattern explains why steadiness shows up more reliably. Back home, Alex tidies anchors and smiles. Some days are messy, yet practice keeps the calm sequence within reach. Consistency over intensity. Carry one warm action into tomorrow so regulation stays available, and progress continues without perfection. Alex delivers one simple tip before a call. Inhale gently, then a longer exhale. Your body gains calm regulation to choose action. For many people, 4 in, 6 out, 3 breaths. Create space to speak or text with warm tone and steadier action. Calm is partly learnable. Alex and Character 3 invite you to try 3 gentle longer exhale breaths tonight, then choose warm action tomorrow. Thank you for watching. If this helps, subscribe and share. Keep calm regulation nearby by repeating 3 breaths whenever pressure rises.